Welcome to the presentation pointer tutorial. In this tutorial I'm going to show you a fantastic new software product that I discovered. I was looking for something to help me do my YouTube videos and presentations and tutorials, and I was looking for something that would change the mouse pointer to something that was more visible and easier to see for students, and I found this presentation pointer software, and this is the actual software itself. Once you've installed it, you have 30 days free trial, and then you can purchase a license for it, which is about $30, so it's not too expensive. And presentation pointer window is like this, and it allows you to set up your different pointer options when you're doing your YouTube videos and tutorials. So if we start off with the first one, you've got presentation pointer, grab your audience's attention and focus. We can do this with so let's start off with changing the mouse pointer. So with the mouse pointer we've got there, we select the mouse pointer tab, and then we select you've got the option to change the different patterns, the look of the mouse pointer, and then you've got a hotkey to turn it on or off, F10 in this case. So we can do F10 and it changes into the red mouse pointer, and if we press F10 again it goes back to a normal mouse pointer. You can also click on the mouse pointer and choose a different pointer icon. You can choose that little hand with a pencil, and once you do that, you get the hand with the mouse pointer and pencil. So if we deactivate that, let's try a different one. We can do circles, so let's have a look at that one. If we say activate that, and our mouse pointer becomes a little target circle, red circle. Going back to our window, our Windows dialog, if we go back to say deactivate that one now and go back to the dialog, and here we go. This time we've got a square window for our mouse pointer, and that will go wherever we put our mouse, which is fantastic. And what else we got? So we can deactivate that one. We can change the shape of we can highlight the mouse with like a circle, transparent circle. So if we activate that, at the moment we've got the highlight option, mouse, highlight shape, circle, and we can got the control hotkey, which is Control F10. So let's use Control F10, and the mouse pointer changes to a red circle. So if we go back to there, we can see on our web page, when we're doing the tutorial, our mouse, the red circle follows us wherever we go, and it highlights the area of our window that we want our viewers to see. And if we do Control F10 again, as in toggle hotkey here, it turns it off and you go back to your normal mouse pointer. You can also do different shapes. You can do a rectangle for your highlight. So if we activate that, press activate, and then you get a square highlight box, which is quite nice, and you can use that to highlight text. For example, you could use it to highlight this text in your YouTube videos, and it's very easy and clear to see. So if we deactivate that one now, we go to the spotlight option. This again creates a window, but it grays out the rest of the screen, so only the contents of the window are visible, and that makes it very easy to focus on particular parts of your web page or your screen, video screen. You can do Control Shift F. The hotkey we set up here is Control Shift F10. So if we use that, as you can see, you get a white square window, and the rest of the screen is grayed out. So go back to our web page, click on here. So say we wanted to go to let's narrow that down a bit. So if we bring this window down a bit to reduce the size of it, like so. So as you can see, it's very good. It's the window lets you highlight clearly whatever part of the screen that you're interested in highlighting and focusing on. Get back to our presentation pointer window. We can highlight different parts of this window very easily, and it looks very impressive. So go down to here and we go deactivate, so the mouse goes back to normal. Okay, what else have we got? We can do mouse clicks, so we can get the behavior of the mouse clicks to change. So this was a pointer, this is a mouse clicks. So if we want to activate the activation behavior, we can do that with the pointer effect. So what happens is when we go to a dialog, so say with pointer effect, okay, so let's have a look. So we've got Control Shift M for this one. What happens is when we click on the mouse, we get a red circle. So if we wanted to highlight, for example, this 2003, you get the red circle popping up. So that's very nice. And to turn that off, we can do Control Shift M, which is our hotkey that we've set up, or we can do deactivate like we have. So we can click on something, click on a button on the screen, and it will be highlighted. So it's very good for viewers to see. We've got options to change the size of the size and color of the windows, so we can do this. So at the moment we've got a red window. This is on the left mouse point. On the left mouse click, you've got the red circle. If you do the right mouse click, you've got the green circle, and these are the red and the green colors that you can select. You can customize that, and you can change the size of it, so we can increase it to say 80 pixels. Now when we click on something, the circle is much bigger. If we reduce the size of this to very small, we only get a very small circle. So the medium one is good. This one's about right, I think, because you get two circles and it's very easy to see what you've just clicked on. You can change the duration of it, so you can change this to 3 and it will last for 3 seconds. That was a bit long, so let's get that one down a bit. You can also go to play sounds by giving it a sound file, and whenever you click on something it will play that sound. Okay, so we deactivate this one. This is the activation, mouse click activation behavior. If we do keystrokes, this is really neat as well. So the activation is standalone, and what we can do is we've got a hotkey set up for this function, and you've got different options to change the size of the activation of the behavior. What happens with keystrokes is when you do F1 or F3, you get a visual indication on your screen telling you which key you've pressed, and this is good for educational videos and tutorials because you can see what's happening. The user can see what's happening on the keyboard. And for example, with this one, if we activate this and then we press, say we press F5, we got an F5 in the bottom hand corner. If we press F3, you get F3 coming up. And any key really, any key that you press it will appear on your pop-up screen, on your video, on your visual indication. So that's very good for function using a keyboard and using function keys. So let's deactivate that one, and let's have a look at live draw. This is an option where you can get the mouse pointer to draw lines on the screen, and with the activation you've got stand pointer and effect and standalone, and you've got hotkey which is Control F11, and you've got options to change the size of your pen and the color, and to reset the hotkey. And if we activate this, let's try this out. What happens is your mouse pointer now will begin to draw things on the screen. So let's have a look what's happening here. So we've got our mouse pointer. Let's try this with a mouse pointer effect. And okay, let's try again. So live draw, standalone, activate, go to our web page. Nothing's happening. So let's try it again. Let's try this option again. So live draw is saying go to Control 11. Just make sure we haven't got anything else activated. So live draw says go Control F11. So let's do the hotkey Control F11, and we've got our pen size, clear hotkey, hold down hotkey. So the instructions for using this behavior are hold down the, so let's have a look at this. Okay, let's have a look at this again. So Control Shift. Okay, so the instructions for using the live draw pointer are hold down the Control key and move the mouse in freehand action. Hold the Shift key to draw horizontal and vertical lines. Control Shift to draw arrow lines. So we've got Control Shift and Control and Shift functions that we can use with the live draw pointer. So if we go here and we use Control key and mouse pointer, okay, nothing. So let's go back and activate our pointer. So what we do is if we want to use live draw with our mouse pointer, we activate it, go to our tutorial screen and click the control key, press control key, and then draw with your mouse pointer. To get rid of the drawing, you just double click on your drawing and it disappears. So we'll try that again. Press control key and your mouse pointer automatically becomes a pen. Click on it. So as soon as you press the control key, while you've got the control key pressed, when you move the mouse, it becomes a drawing pen. And then when you let go of the control key, your mouse goes back to normal. To get rid of the drawing, you double click on it. So try that again. Press the control key and we got the pattern again. So click off that. So go to the beginning of the line that we want to draw, press the control key, and then you can draw your line. And it disappears. So let's do that again. So say we want to highlight this for Windows XP 2003, press the control key, let's get rid of that again, press the control key, go to the beginning of your... Okay, yeah, that was the live draw pointer. Using presentation pointer, you can grab your audience's attention and focus. So what else we can do is activation is standalone. We can press the activate button, it will start it. Do Control F11 to turn off that feature. So let's do Control F11 and it's activated. And as soon as we press the control key, we can do the mouse pointer becomes a pen. And as soon as we let go of the control key, we double click on the drawing, it disappears. So we can reset that. The other options are if you press the Shift key with the live draw pointer activated. If you press the Shift key, the mouse pointer becomes, again, it lets you draw vertical and horizontal lines. So pressing the Shift key now and just move your mouse and your pointer will draw a straight line for you. If you do a vertical line like that, let go of the Shift key, then press the Shift key again to draw another line. Press the Shift key down and your mouse pointer automatically becomes pen that draws lines. You don't have to click on the mouse at all. You can just move the mouse and in a vertical pattern direction and you can get, it will draw a straight line for you like so. Or do that one again. There we go, and we can do it again. Shift key down, move the mouse pointer, you get a nice line. Just superb. And to get rid of these lines, you just double click on it. Now, so the options with our live draw pointer are, that was that option. So there's three options you can do. Press Control key and you get a freehand drawing. Press the Shift key and you get horizontal and vertical lines. Hold down the Control and Shift key and you get an arrow, which is really handy as well. So let's do the Control Shift and then your mouse pointer automatically becomes an arrow, and you can point it in any direction that you want. So you want to point it in this direction, let go of your Control and Shift keys and your pointer stays on the screen. So this is very good for doing tutorials and pointing things out. So double click on that, it disappears. So say we were doing a tutorial on this web page here, and if we do Control Shift key, and we can see where our mouse pointer is, then we can just go to where we want it to point to, there, and let go, and we have an arrow pointing to what we want to highlight. Okay, so we just had a look at Live Draw, where you can draw freehand lines, and you can draw straight lines. You can draw, if you press the Control key, and you can draw freehand lines, and you can draw straight lines if you press the Shift key, and if you press both Control and Shift key, you can draw arrows on in your presentation, which is very useful. And you can use Control F11 to F key to start the activate the live draw feature. So let's click on deactivate to deactivate that. Another nice feature that we have is live zoom, which allows you to zoom, similar to the Windows magnifier that you get built into Windows 10, which allows you to zoom into parts of the screen. So to activate the live zoom feature, you can use a hotkey. Here we've got set up is Control F12, and let's have a look at the lens feature here. We've got lens option, so we can either do the full screen magnifier, we can magnify a window, or we can have a lens to magnify parts of the screen. The options for this are we can set the zoom level, can turn on color inversion, and turn on live draw together. So the tip instructions here are: after the full screen mode is activated, you can use the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and out of the screen while holding the Control key down. So let's give this a try. So activate, and so we get the zoom window, very nice. And so if we press the Control key down, so after the full screen mode is activated, you can use the mouse scroll wheel to zoom in and out of the screen while holding the Control key down. So let's give that a try. So we've got presentation pointer settings. So if we use the Control key, let's have a look at one of our other options further down here. Okay, so that's quite handy. And to turn that off, we use Control F12. So press Control F12 and it goes off. Control F12 and it is enabled. So Control F12 to enable and disable. So switch that off, and this is disabled. So let's try this with a different window. Let's try it with a browser window. So Control F12, and we get the magnifier comes on, and then we've got this web page which is saying Windows Business Software, Presentation Software, Presentation Pointer, and this web page is the cnet.com download web page for the presentation pointer software. From this web page you can download the software onto your machine, and you can install it and play around with it. So the software is free to try. It's published by Gold Ginkgo, Runs on Windows XP 2003, Vista 7 and 8, and the version of the software is 1.3.8. And the website you want to go to is download.cnet.com. Look for presentation-pointer and you can search for that. So if you search for presentation pointer on Google, you'll find a link for download.cnet.com, and you can download the software and install it on your machine. And what you will get is this. So let's show you what you get. And what you'll get is this. You'll get in your download, folder, you'll get a file called PowerPoint viewer.exe. So it's not that one. What you want is presentation pointer. So if we try that again, let's go up a level. So what I've got here is in my PC downloads folder, I've got a folder that I've set up, and in there I've put the file that I downloaded. Now this PowerPoint viewer exe is from Microsoft. That allows you to view PowerPoint files on your PC if you haven't got PowerPoint installed. So we don't want that. What we want is to go to our presentation pointer folder on our downloads area, and as you can see here, this is the file that you get downloaded to your PC from the CNET website. It's called presentation pointer.exe, and I downloaded this yesterday, tried it out, it's very good. And if we have a look at this website again, so looking at the CNET website web page, we've got presentation pointer. It says the options are presenters owe it, so the information on here is like this. Presenters owe it to themselves to check out presentation pointer, since it's one of the most flexible and easy to use presentation tools we've seen. This is a review from CNET with a few easy closely matched keystrokes. You can toggle your cursor into an enlarge pointer, highlight or spotlight effect, draw on the screen, zoom in and out, perform other effective and easy to remember enhancements. That's the key, as anyone has stood in front of an audience can attest to. It's a bad time to get muddled with the presentation points. Takes into consideration several easy points. For example, grouping commands. You can have your own hotkey commands and to control the software. And so if you want to download the software, what you do is just click on this download box. So presentation CNET.com, presentation point software, download, click on there and you'll get that will be downloaded to your PC straight away. You can also go to the Gold Ginkgo. You can also go to the Gold Ginkgo website if you want to and have a look at that, where they sell the software. If we go there, this is the presentation pointer website, and what you need to do is go to www.presentation-assistant.com, pp pointer, register.html, And this shows you your website. So it says Presentation Assistant, which is another name for it. Qt Assistant in presentation, training and demos. So you can buy a presentation pointer. If we reduce the screen size a bit. So buy a presentation pointer online, 100% safe and secure. We use PayPal to provide you with secure and fast online purchase. So you can download the software and install it on your machine and play around with it for about 30 days for your trial period. And then after that you can purchase the software. And the price for that is $29. It's $29.95, which is about nearly $30. You get one license per computer for 1 year. You get all free upgrades and support. Presentation pointer with 1 year upgrades. And that's all really. You can pay $29, pay by PayPal, so it's secure. You don't have to put your credit card details into there. You just put your credit card details into PayPal, and it's a very secure way of buying this piece of software. There's other options. You can buy a presentation pointer with lifetime upgrades, that's forever, so that's $49.95. Presentation pointer portable license, and allows you to install it on a laptop, and for one user on multiple computers, and free upgrades forever. So yeah, there's other options for educational users as well. So presentation pointer educational site license £500, presentation pointer business site license $1,000, $500. And so yeah, it's pretty basic, but it does the job. And let's go back to our presentation pointer now. And this is our presentation pointer software. And what we've got here is the main window. So if we go back to the main window, which can change this to something else, to that for instance. So you can do your pointer, change your pointer, change what happens on mouse clicks. You can change what happens on keystrokes. You can do live drawings on your screen, and you can zoom into you can do zooming into zoom parts of your screen that you want. So you can select different patterns. You can choose a highlight circle, and then you can choose a spotlight option as well. So let's try this again, and what we've got is that. So we change that to pointer there, and we deactivate that one. We activate. So there's three options on this under pointer. There's pointer option. You can change the pointer shape from red, hand, or circle, or square. Change the. You can change the highlight. So let's have a look. Highlight. You can have a highlighted area around the mouse pointer. You can have a highlighted area and a zoom option as well. So you can combine combine a number of these behaviors in your mouse. For example, you can have a pointer, you can have drawing, you can have your keystroke shown. You can change what happens. You can get an indicator when you click on the mouse. You can get an indicator on your screen of which key you pressed. You can draw live shapes and lines on your arrows on your screen, and you can do a live zoom on your screen as well. So there's lots of features. To have a look at the spotlight feature again, this gives you a square, which is very nice. And so imagine you're doing a presentation with this screen, and you want to highlight certain areas of your web page. So you can use this highlight window, and you can go presentation assistant, buy presentation pointer online software. We use PayPal. Please choose license. Presentation pointer software, 1 year upgrades, $29.95. Buy now. So that's great. So let's deactivate that. So then goes back to normal. The other nice little thing that I've just discovered is there's a little on your window. There's a little. If you look at your screen, there's a faint icon for the presentation pointer software. If you click on that, you get your options to change your settings on your presentation pointer software. So this is like a small toolbar that you can set up on your screen, presentation screen, and then this lets you change your switch your options on and off for different things that you want to do. So this is a drawing one, so let's have a look at that. That lets you do drawings. Go back to there, so let's turn that one off. This is the change the hand pointer, so we can change it to arrow. Click on there again, change it back to normal, change it back to arrow. So okay. Highlight visibility pointer, so yeah. Highlight mouse movements, so I'll go back to there. Then you got the highlight box. Let's go back to get rid of that. Then let's do the spotlight box option. So we've got a spotlight, which is very nice. We can turn that off again. What happens on mouse clicks? You can turn that on. And when you click on the mouse, you get left mouse, you get red arrows. When you click on the right mouse, you get green arrows. So go back to that, turn that off. So here's your keyboard. When you use your keyboard, you press a key, you get indicator on your screen telling you which key you've pressed. So yeah, so this is all very good. And that's it. I think that covers just about everything. It's an excellent piece of software and very useful for doing presentations and tutorials and educational videos on, for example, if you're creating YouTube tutorials and educational videos, this is an excellent piece of software. Thanks very much. Please like and subscribe to our channel, which is Bain's Infotech World, and we'll see you next time.